The first category of products we're going to be looking at are IP speakers. And before we get into the different models, it's important to understand what is common across them. And for the most part, in terms of firmware, they share the majority of features across. There are slight uniquenesses between each product, such as the 8190 here and the 8190S having a built-in clock. So few features will differ there, but for the most part, they share the same features. What really differs between them is the form factor, the sound experience you'll get out of one speaker versus the other, because it's intended for a certain application, which we'll get into, or the environment it's going to be mounted at. And of course, whether it's going to be ceiling mounted, wall mounted, whether it's indoor rated, outdoor rated, and so on. That said, the first speaker we're going to look at is the 8180 IP audio alerter right here. As the name implies, the 8180's design is primarily designed with alerting in mind. So it's meant to provide a loud, very optimized alerting capability, even in the small form factor with a peak output of 106 decibels. The 8180 can be used for applications that are not necessarily tied to alerting, such as public announcing, and other applications, just like any Algo IP speaker can. But again, this is optimized for alerting. The 8180 performs excellent in a shop, a warehouse, a kitchen, even a small gym. Again, where the application, even in a louder environment where the application is loud ringing, alerting, etc., the 8180 would perform really, really good. Moving on from the 8180, let's look at the 8188 IP ceiling speaker here. First thing, of course, the 8188 is meant to be ceiling mounted. There are accessories available for this product. There are a few accessories, so I'm not going to get into every single one right now, but there are mounting accessories available, such as a T-bar bracket, 2x2, lane, ceiling tile, and so on. The 8188 is going to provide fantastic quality when it comes to public announcing, music, audio in general. It's going to provide a rich sound experience while keeping it, of course, very intelligible, as well as loud. As much as this is not as loud as other speakers, it is quite loud. It's meant for environments such as offices, schools, healthcare, for instance, any indoor application in general, and this can also be suspended off the ceiling with a standard hook. Just like the 8188, we have another product that is quite similar called the 8189, which I don't have on the desk right now, but officially it's called the 8189 Surface Mount IP speaker. And the 8189, for the most part, is the same speaker that is on the 8188, so features are exactly the same. As far as the look on the grill here, it's exactly the same, but it has a housing around it and it's meant to be surface mounted. So it can go on a hard wall, hard ceiling, but surface mounted as opposed to mounted recessed into the ceiling. The next speaker we'll look at is the 8186 IP horn speaker. The 8186 is an indoor and outdoor rated IPX6 horn. Peak output of 116 decibels, so this is very loud. It can obviously, just like all of the products here, the volume can be adjusted, they can be controlled, the volume can be adjusted automatically based on the environment through the microphone and ambient noise response. But capability in terms of audio for the 8186, it's quite loud, 116 decibels. As I mentioned, it will serve applications in warehousing, manufacturing, areas where you may need a rugged device. And this will also withstand, of course, harsh temperatures in snow, rain, sun, winter, summer. It will really withstand pretty much any environment. It does have to be mounted properly. This is one thing to keep in mind, and it will provide amazing quality, amazing sound experience for most applications, with the exception of music. Although music can be streamed from the 8301 to the 8186, it's not going to provide this richest sound experience. We generally recommend sticking to ceiling speakers in that case. The next IP speaker we are looking at is the 8190S IP speaker, clock and visual alerter. Before we get into this model in more detail, keep in mind there is another version that is offered by Algo called an 8190 IP speaker clock. It looks exactly the same size, same form factor, without the multicolor visual alerter embedded. Both of these were designed for classrooms primarily in mind, so it does have a high visibility built-in clock here, Multicolor visual alerter when it comes to the 8190S. Same color capabilities as you'd find in other products that support visual alerting, such as the 8138, the 8410, and the 8420, as well as a 4-speaker line array with the goal of even sound distribution, which at the end of the day improves speech sound and intelligibility. The 8190, other than that, is exactly the same, and both of these also do have a built-in button here, which can be configured for a few different actions. Primarily, that is meant to initiate a two-way announcement, a talkback call to a target extension.